Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're here again. Another Monday that we arrived for.
Monday time.
Oh yeah, as always,
Monday time.
if you guys want to see us get drunk and play D&D, and you want to see Law come play some D&D with us, November 3rd, Sunday, November 3rd, we're going to be playing some D&D with Law. Probably going to be 6 or 7 that we start at, and playing our usual 4 hours. So we're going to play some high-level D&D while drinking. So show up for that. That promises to be fun.
I will not misplay a single turn. I will do the optimal action every turn of combat.
Great.
I would like to cast Wish.
I wish I had more booze.
Which spell has the most text?
yeah, exactly.
Do you have sundering rules in your game?
Or make a really...
You're right, I need to lesser restoration. What? What do you mean?
Or, what's that spell where you're like, if something happens, the spell is cast?
Contingency.
Yeah, a really complicated contingency. That's what we need.
I'd like to cast Glyph of Warding with contingency.
Okay, if you don't tell me not to go, HOTTOGO.
I'm gonna go and kill your mom.
Alright, Dan, do you want to take us away with the intro?
Yeah, hi, welcome back. This is Venture Corp. We're on Mondays from 6 to 10 Mountain Standard Time. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. If you can get on Twitch, that's the best place to watch us. If you want to watch our past campaign and some of our past content, you can get on YouTube. We have a video library there. As well, if you have to drive and can't watch, you can get on podcasts wherever you get those. And yeah, we thank you. We appreciate you guys. However you like to show your appreciation, gift, sub, like, share, tell your mom about it.
And if you want to suck our dick, we'll
Play
let
D&D,
you.
whatever. But thanks.
Okay, well, with that introduction...
Unofficially.
Unofficially sucking our dick.
Okay.
Our big, like, all together merged as one metaphorical one. You're not a part of it, Isaac?
I'm confused.
That makes sense. You don't
must
really have a big
tend
one.
with a
We wouldn't
combined cock
want
length.
to add your negative length.
It would make the whole thing smaller, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the recap. Also, if anybody can let us know if they can hear, there is a bit of background noise, but I'm not sure if it's coming through the mics or not. Let us know. Okay, so last we left off, the party with Zanranor in tow made their way back to Clouds. You guys elected for a well-deserved night out.
Yeah.
Sylphie set herself up with a major curse so that she could get drunk.
Thanks, Uncle.
Cyrus proceeded to funnel her alcohol, while Jasmine made some new friends at the bar.
Yeah.
As things started to descend towards disaster, instead it turned towards something decidedly more amorous. The party got a little scattered, and a few of the party members came back together for the evening.
You mean every single one
Sets
but
of party-
Adalia?
Yeah. All the ones controlled by players.
As far as we know,
and Lance.
Adalia.
Yeah, as far as we know.
And
Adalia,
Lance.
Get over
And
here, hunk.
Lance. Get over here, hunk. Zanranor later approached Jasmine, and he told her that he was asked to take the party into a space of some sort. And he bid her bring the rest of the group to do this. We ended as Jasmine cuddled in, and the party went for a long rest, as you had gone to see Cyrus after the departure of...
Super important to me. You should definitely remember his
Danon.
name.
Danon!
Did you
I
forget
had-
his name after you kicked him out of the party?
Well, he's out of the campaign.
I had
He's done,
Dorillion.
so.
For some reason, like, it starts with a D.
It's alright, I can barely remember it anyway.
Yeah, who cares about that guy? Dana. So, you guys get your long rest if nobody's getting up to anything this evening.
Wink, wink.
Oh no, we already woke up. We
Okay.
found the underwear and the shoes.
I've
And
never seen...
Oh, yes, that's right.
we're already
we
up
had
and
the whole
moved
day,
and-
yeah.
yeah, we're getting ready to go do what we want to do.
Yeah.
So,
No underwear this morning.
what do we have as players? What do we have on the go right now?
We have that dude who talked to me about having to take us somewhere.
Yeah, Zanramor.
And
Zanramor.
your uncle said we had to go to a space. Also, there's a hag who might want to check in, but I don't really feel like going there unless prompted.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do it.
Or on the deal that we made with her. right?
Yeah. Was there a deal that I had to go back,
Yeah.
or did she say that she'd call me back?
No, there was a deal that we'd come back every so often.
So she said, yeah, you would need to come back. The last time you went, however, you were, as long as you are using the sword here and there, you were fine
Okay.
until she calls you back.
Oh, that was the black stain.
Yeah, I've used it at least
dark stain.
twice.
Twice.
Yeah. It's a good amount.
Why don't we
I'd
just
say.
yeah?
Uh-huh.
And then we have obviously Walgross.
Yeah, obviously Wogros. Which currently, the Mantis has been trying to track down his blade, or how to track it.
How much could we pump Cyrus, damage-wise?
I can pump Cyrus.
No.
I have a proven capability.
Please stay away.
What's a max level holy sword gonna do, Runa? Holy weapon.
Does it upcast? I don't think it upcasts. It's just an extra 2d8.
That's what you're gonna do.
I can give you 1d4.
With what?
Crusader's Mantle.
Okay. But you could. Yeah.
I cannot, yeah, I can.
It doesn't upcast, but it does give you 4 extra d8.
Okay. That
I
is
guess 4
fantastic.
when you cancel it. It gives 2 per hit.
Can? Oh!
Yeah, you can end it early and it does like a blast.
Okay. But even so, okay. Well, it's an idea, because Cyrus is the only one that can damage Walgross.
My D&D
As far as
Beyond is
I know.
showing like 3 copies of every possible
We know,
spell.
okay, so we've had enough fights with him now. Am I the only one that can damage him?
So you've seen a few people damage him. You've
Who?
managed to damage him, and the sect leader and sect elders of the Thunderblade sect were able to do some damage to
And
him.
what did they use?
Their weapons.
Okay, so does it seem like he just has a threshold of damage? Or is there like immunities combined with a threshold?
So you would know enough about the Thunderblade sect that they have something called the Thunder Body, which makes them incredibly resistant to many, many things and difficult to damage, but it shouldn't be as strong as Wogros's defense is. I hope I'm not giving away lore here, that you guys know that he was sealed away by the Blood Refinement sect.
Yes.
We learned that.
Okay. They were trying to turn him into a living blood puppet, which
Yeah.
involved refining his body. They were unable to take over his mind, but it made his body even stronger than it should be. You guys would be able to discern that the sect elders and the sect leaders were pouring a shit ton of their ki into their attacks to hit him at all.
Okay, because she's hit him like with like big smites.
No.
I'm not yet.
No.
No
Okay.
one's tried to attack them but you.
Okay. So there could be a threshold. I know that I can do half damage to him. But does it seem like there's immunities and resistance combined with a threshold?
You have no way of discerning that. At least when you've hit him, there hasn't been a threshold. You've been able to roll your damage.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter
resistance.
how much damage I do to him, it's always resisted.
Yes.
And that's only because of the Tinderblade.
Yes.
What level are we now? 13 still?
13.
Okay. So yeah, we just got level 7.
No. This
Well, do you guys want to like
I
should
set up
we
mine for it.
should we try to deal with Walgross or
Well,
Or
we're
should
not
we-
going to be able to deal with Wilgross until the prophecy deems us that we can.
so he thinks you're dead.
Yeah.
So what's the next part of the I'm going to pull up whatever
I'm
we
sure
have.
it's wherever Xandramar's taking us.
Possibly, yeah. What's the next part of the prophecy after the
So the end of the prophecy is, then must the tearful heart calm the wind and all turn in fury against the raging storm.
so
Right.
the tearful so it sounds like
It was me.
we got to get some allies.
Yeah, I calmed him.
Oh, cuz the tearful cuz your mom's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
So-
also knew that at some point, should the prophecy come true, you would meet with the 3 people who made it. You've met with 2 of them so far.
Which two? There
Maybe
was
maybe my uncle is taking us to the 3rd.
Okay, cuz we met with
The original storm giant that you met, that
Yes.
was later killed by Eurofei, and then with the cloud giant who had storm giant eyes.
So do we want to go do this hag thing, which I don't like going to her necromantic
let's-
blight paradise.
Let's go with uncle to wherever this.
I guess Xanranor, another Xanranor adventure, Xanranenture.
Yeah. Sand
Sand
adventure.
adventure indeed.
It's time to go to the desert.
All right. All right. Well. Okay.
I'll go get them. You guys wait here.
Sure.
You go over, knock on your uncle's door, and he will open it.
We're ready.
Are you tired?
Of what?
Being awake.
It's amazing.
That's a strange question to ask me first thing. Am I tired of living?
No.
basically?
Are you ready to sleep?
Oh, you take us in a dream, not in like person.
Yes, obviously.
Not obviously.
What is it?
Alright, we have to go at night because we all have to sleep and then he will take us there in our dream.
Oh, so it's a dream.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You saw.
Who's so?
Thank you.
Oh, did Huso show up?
Who's so?
Why is it not showing up for me?
Because
you're
you're a
bad at
scrub.
the-
Oh,
Okay.
he's resubscribed for 12 months. Thanks, Huso. Nice to see you again.
Welcome back to the club. yes.
Welcome
No.
back, Huso. He says hello.
Long time
Hello.
no see.
Goodbye.
No, not goodbye. Hello. Very much hello.
Goodbye.
Right. So then, in that case, if you guys are waiting for the evening, and this is what you're doing next, are you guys getting up to anything worth spending some time on during the day? Or do you, in general, just relax?
Just chilling.
Chilling.
Could do like
Aw.
an entire time paradox thing where you can see, I can use Twitch on my PlayStation and actually watch it over here while you're over there.
Oh god, we don't need the Twitch playing from the PlayStation while we're playing it live. Oh
Brody's
man.
giving us like tips. He's like, you guys look a little sad. Can you guys smile a little bit more?
Yeah, we're sad because the
Too late,
volume
it's
is
out.
ever increasing in a cycle of never-ending torment.
Cha 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 cha.
And then we find out this is actually just our own personal hell and we're
in
never
purgatory.
leaving.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sounds about right. Alex, that leaves you to answer if you're doing anything today or resting.
I'm doing something.
It's
I
happening!
believe.
Yuso says I say hello, you say goddbye.
You'll
Beatles
have
would
to
be
start
proud.
making your own trade routes for your
I actually kind of like
Oh,
this.
that
Watch
would
it
be
and
a
I can
thing.
watch the chat at the same time.
Dan, that looked like a salt grinder, and it looked like you were just grinding
Oh.
salt directly into your mouth.
I was opening a plastic piece
Yeah.
on a drink.
I could
and
only see the bottom, which is like salt white, you know, like just like straight white.
This is a Soylent.
Ah,
I'm having my Soylent dinner.
Ooh.
Soylent?
Yeah.
You're gonna what the fuck is a Soylent?
it's a meal replacement.
Meal
Yeah.
replacement.
So it's
drink.
like
Is he
a.
gonna soil himself? Is this to
No.
stop that?
No,
like, is
no.
it just like a you take it before you feel like you're gonna shit yourself, so you don't shit yourself? Like, is that what a soylent is? Like, it's
No.
a repellent, but you don't soil
No.
yourself.
And Gen Z wouldn't know about Soylent.
It's a meal
So.
replacement. It's meant you'll be able to drink it, and it replaces a meal
Yeah.
instead of
I
eating.
had like
It's there's
there
people.
used to be like really little like Ensures one of them, right?
Yeah, but insure. So these are they're like a complete. There's people that literally only drink this.
Yeah, you can actually live off Soylent. You still have to drink water or like drink something, but
Yeah.
you can live off.
You don't
Soylent.
have to drink water.
Something. Gotta drink something.
Optional.
Okay, Alex. Indeed.
At some point today, Danon would get a sending wherever he is.
Okay.
Cast it. Mark the spell slot off.
Yeah, of Jade saying, finally your true colors. Should have trusted my instincts when I sent you away the first time. Never let me see your face again.
Rich coming from you, Jade. Rich coming from you. I tried.
It's ironic that I catch the chat before you do, Isaac.
What did Uso say? How is the fiber thing you work with it? Like bathroom visits should be interesting. It's no.
I don't know.
From what I've read, it's pretty.
It's got fiber.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing a
pretty well
9.5 day experiment. My girlfriend bought some, and she has her day. I'm gonna see how I feel and if I lose any weight. So we'll see how it goes.
That's what she would get back.
Alright?
Keep us informed, Uso said.
Okay. Well, we'll do.
Right. In which case, as evening draws near, your uncle would start to haunt the living room, essentially, where you guys tend to kind of hang out while you're winding down. He would be hanging around, waiting as it starts to get dark. Are you ready yet?
Are you just waiting for us to be done?
Like,
Ready to
Yes.
sleep? And what, are you gonna tuck us into bed?
No.
Good. Be patient. You're just. I'm just gonna poke at his cheek.
Don't
Mm.
cease! Cease!
Just gonna start giggling into it more. The more he's like, cease.
He like lets you a little while, and then there'd be like a blast of sand that pushes you back. Enough!
Why?
Earthbind.
You are being a pest,
But I like poking your cheeks.
and I do not enjoy my cheeks being poked.
But they're very sandy. Look, I got sand on my fingers.
So it pulls off your finger back to him. Are you ready to sleep yet?
Ah. Fine.
I have no desire to be waiting on you all, and yet here I am.
Who told you to bring us here?
I'm sure we'll find out this evening.
You don't know?
No,
They just kind of like spoke to you?
something like that.
I got dream!
Something like that.
Okay, alright. I'm going to go sleep.
No.
Kind of an off-topic question here with Isaac. Did either of you log out of my account yesterday, like the other day?
No.
Well, my computer might have. Oh, I'm logged out of everything in my computer at the moment.
Like, I went to use my Crunchy and it's like, okay, cool, you're signed out. I'm like, okay.
No, yeah, no, we didn't do anything with it.
I found everything on my computer, logged out, so.
Great. Great.
So do you need me to sleep, or?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bring your things here. You need to be in contact with one another.
Like, okay, I'll just fucking
Oh,
sign
we're
out.
having a sleepover.
I'm glad to let you back in.
Huh? So.
If you want to call it that, fine.
Sleepover! Okay, everyone go get your bags. We're going to have the cutest sleepover. Minnow, can you make hot chocolate?
Yes, I can make some hot chocolate.
Perfect.
And sausage rolls.
I could make some sausage rolls, but I don't know if those are really terrific for right before bed.
They're not very good for right for bed.
They're delicious all the time.
I did not comment on their deliciousness.
All right,
She'll turn
fine.
and
I
hurry
take out
off.
my bedroll. Actually, I just sleep on one of the couches that are in the main room.
Sure.
Yeah, same.
Plump up a pillow.
I actually get Lance to bring out my bed.
Uh,
Or
It's
just
like
a
20 minutes
mattress.
later of him,
Yeah,
like-
I help him with guidance.
Just the mattress?
Yeah, just the
okay,
mattress.
okay.
with
That's
guidance,
easier.
work harder.
He's
can
like
do this.
pushing this into the room and like flops
just
it
think how
down,
comfortable it will
We're trying
be.
to sleep. I sure.
pushes it next to the couch. Just the mattress, not the bed frame. As you'll push that up next to the couch, Lance will look over. Jade, you gonna be on the other couch, or what's your plan?
I don't care.
Okay.
Dahlia's on the other couch
Okay.
already.
Do you want me to go
Jade,
get your mattress?
There's
I
enough.
can.
There's room for 3.
Sure. Do you want help?
No.
All right. Yeah, go get it then. As you'll start pulling the couch for Dahlia up to the head of yours. Jade eventually coming back.
So Sophie like gets down and like the mice just come crawling out from her dress. She's like putting like little tiny bows. And they're not like putting, like she's not actually tying on her head, but she's like just placing it like right here. Like,
Uh-huh.
they're little like,
Just accessorizing the mice before bed.
yeah. Yeah, I'm ready for bed, Isaac. I'm doing little face masks. It's not really. I'm giving them a piece of corn or something, you know.
As you guys all lay down.
A quick question: do you have dominate person
Me?
or dominate creature or whatever it is?
I got.
Oh, I can dominate.
I got. What do I got?
It's dominate. Is it dominate creature?
Pretty sure it's monster.
Yeah, that one.
Dominate person. I have.
What level is the other one?
I think Dominate Monster is
I have Charm
7 or 8.
Monster, which is 4th.
I'm looking for the. Yeah, see if you can find it.
Why am I dead? Guys, I'm.
I think you have it. I just want to see if you can get it, because if you can, which you can, it's in your book, so you would be able to get it.
What is it?
We're trying to find out. I think Dominate
Dominate Monster is a spell, and it is a 8th level spell.
Okay, so not quite. Soon.
Soon. As Zanranor is watching over you all here, grab onto something now, a hand will do.
I grab Lance's butt.
He's
I don't make a
laying
big...
beside you on the bench.
Yeah, I just like roll over and go. Get up, you know.
I
Under
touched,
the blanket, so my uncle can't see.
Oh,
I
of
grabbed
course,
Jade's
yeah.
foot.
Okay, you grab onto Jade's foot. Lance is going to reach up and grab onto Cyrus's wrist. Idalia will probably scoot up beside and grab onto Jade's hand on the other side of Jade. As you all end up connected like this, and sand would come flowing out and pack around where anybody's holding onto each other. Suddenly it's covered over in sand that packs around it and holds it in place. Now go to sleep.
Okay. Should have waited till we were already... This isn't very comfortable. And we all fall asleep.
You guys, it does take a little while of sitting stuck in kind of maybe not, you can't roll around as much as you want. And Xandranor is just standing looming on one side of the room as you guys all try to fall asleep in this now
Happy
dark
childhood
room.
memory.
It's
It's
interrupted.
actually pretty regular.
It is interrupted by a delivery of hot chocolate. What? Oh. So you all wake up again and the sand releases so you can enjoy some hot chocolate.
Thank you.
Minnow's smiling, Zanranor's fuming at this point as
She's giggling. She's enjoying and suffering.
loving it. As eventually, back in position, you all fall asleep. And instead of drifting off into your usual oblivion or dreams or whatever it would be, you find yourself immediately in a temple, a sort of desert temple. Sandstone brick keeping the sun at bay, with Zanranor looming on the side just like he was in the bedroom. He doesn't really look at you when you show up here, and not all your companions are here, but as each of you falls asleep, you will find yourself immediately in this dream in
I like to
particular.
think Sophie's first, because she just conks out. She doesn't do the slow into sleep. If she's asleep, she's asleep. You know? Yeah.
Just gone. Eventually, all of you are here, and Zanranor starts to look around you as opposed to just looming and looking off into the distance.
So... Hello? I'm on
No, we're not there yet.
Well, do we have to travel there?
Yes, follow me.
Okay.
As all of you would feel a pulling, are any of you resisting?
No.
Okay. As the dream would ripple around you, and you find yourself in a space that you can't really see. It's not your usual senses that perceive it, but you know yourself to be somewhere, this kind of flat, limitless void that you can't see even yourself in, but you can feel yourself and your companions there. Very good. You all have come.
Who are you? I'm sure you already know us.
Introductions will be in order, with time. First, I wish to bring you to somewhere we can see in a way you are more used to. But your guide will have to give up his control of this dream walk.
Good luck.
Are you willing? I am not. I do not know you, nor do I trust you. And I am not willing to take the control from you. So an offer then.
Okay, hold up. 3 seconds. This is important, right? Yes? Great. Uncle! Please give it up for just 3 seconds. We need him to take us somewhere.
You wish to trust this creature with your projection.
Can I trust you? I'm gonna look at them.
You
Look in his direction.
look over where you feel this emerging presence to be. You can.
Insight check.
Yep.
Yeah, check.
Very good.
Insight. 27.
27.
It's okay, I guess.
The voice is calm, steady. You don't detect anything.
Can I reach my mind out a little bit and see if I can, like,
Open
see if there's harmful thoughts or anything?
Yes. Yeah, in a way you're not used to. You, like, extend yourself and meet up against something. And what you find yourself in is this something is projecting honesty, like bearing a piece of itself that is honest.
And, like, genuine, right? Not just...
As far as you can tell, yeah.
I trust him.
You shouldn't.
He's being very truthful and honest with us right now.
Make me a persuasion check. Tempted to give you disadvantage, but alas.
Don't do that. 30.
30. You can feel your uncle's annoyance. They're like,
But I do the puppy dog eyes and I know always get him, okay?
also, with how this space is, you also feel underneath the annoyance is like a sliver of, like, cold fear that doesn't come through in your uncle's voice. That isn't something he normally shows.
I promise we'll be okay. You can come with us, right? He can come with us.
He may,
You can come
but
with
I
us.
don't think he will choose to.
I look at him.
I'll let you go then. But I'm not risking myself. Someone will need to be here to pull back what's left of you if it goes wrong.
Okay. We'll do our best.
Do better than that.
We'll do your best.
Very good.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is a dream technically a plane?
Not usually,
What if you dream of a plane?
Okay, because
but sometimes.
And does it fly?
that is a question, because like he called it a projection,
Mm-hmm.
and an astral projection does put you on a different plane.
Yes. Yeah.
So, because I might be able to leave.
Potentially.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
shake the rest. I don't have that many left. My sneaky snack.
As you would feel something you didn't even know was there, this letting go of a tight cage that was around all of you, that was protecting you as much as holding you together and in place here.
And your souls begin to erode.
As the very next moment, you would find yourself in a grassy field. There is a cobblestone highway next to you of ancient stone that runs along, and you can see about 200 feet ahead of you is a stepped pyramid that goes up. You could see along the outsides there are some stone buildings, and there's people milling about in them and moving around. You can see dwarves, Azer, Duragar, creatures of that sort of race moving about here and between these areas, a smattering of elves, a human maybe, and then steps going up this temple, and people moving much like they would going about their own life.
What do we look like?
When you appear here, you guys appear to be a sort of like idea of yourselves. Almost like looking at like a painting that hasn't gone into all the details. You like look and get the sense of like something you would normally wear, but if you look too closely, you realize the details aren't really drawn in. Your mind is making up a lot of it.
I look like a clip art version of Cyrus.
You actually each would look a little different to each other because it is each of you making up what the others look like. So none of you look precisely the same.
Cyrus is a ball of flame. Jasmine is a pair of tits. And Lance is an ass.
A little more realism than that.
What do you mean?
It's just the
No,
edges.
no,
of
no,
the
this is
no,
our-
no,
this
no,
is
no, no.
our
When
thing.
Jasmine talks, I just imagine boobs going.
You look like you would see each other awake with some of the details not
It's, you know,
quite
like
filled
you know,
in.
like when women do like the fluttering of your eyelashes. Imagine those are boobies moving apart, and they're talking, and there's lips in between them.
You so Cecily's laughing out loud. Also, Clone Boy has spent 10 bits. Hello, Clone Boy. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you.
Hola, boy of clones.
Oh.
Whee!
Alright, well, do we go up, I guess? Guide?
Where are
Sure.
we
You
going?
just look around. It's just you standing here about 200 feet from the temple and this common area that people are
Our
living in.
guide isn't with us anymore?
He left us. My mother's calling me.
Oh. She's dead.
Yeah,
Mom!
there's no cell phones. Hey,
Mom!
we're here now. Do you have a...
Isaac said you're dead.
I'm calling out to
Come
you.
on.
I'm sorry. My mom's dead in D&D, so...
You call out. You see a couple of heads turn towards you from the people gathering around this temple in these buildings here, like they've heard you, but nothing answers.
Well, do we go up?
He also says new D&D monster unlocked. Talking boobs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, if you want a terrifying D&D monster, just look up the old PlayStation 1 game called Pood. You'll enjoy
A
yourself.
boob holder.
Poop holder.
No, seriously, if you want
Just some guy named
if you want a
Frank.
terrifying fever dream of a game to play Pood.
Oh, that sounds disgusting. I don't know.
Want that?
It just
Play
sounds
Catherine,
gross.
man.
It's what you think it is, but absolutely not what you think it is.
Okay, well, I don't want it if it's at all what I think it
No
is.
way to go but up.
Fucking weird about it.
Alright, we go up the terraces.
Well, you guys would first have to make your way to the base of this.
Well, we do that, is what I'm saying. We're
As
going.
you guys start to walk along this uneven path,
Well,
you eventually get to a group of 3 dwarves standing in the center of it, blocking the way here. You can see one of them is dressed in this very ceremonial-looking armor. He has like scales of mithril across him, very much like fish scales coming, and it has a sort of iridescence to it. He has a helmet that comes up into 2 like sweeping points at the top, more like solid like stone spires as opposed to like horns. And then he's flanked on either side by 2 other dwarves in sort of like priestly robes. Halt, outsiders! You are invited but not welcome.
That's
What's
a
a-
really weird way to invite
what
someone.
does
Quite
that
the
mean?
paradox.
Who are we invited if you didn't want us here?
You are invited not by myself, and
where's-
you are unwanted by me and the rest of us here.
Okay, then can you get us who invited us so we can leave?
This is what I wish to prevent precisely.
Why? I read into his mind.
You try to like do
He
that
has a
same
fucking wine
situation.
Do you have to cast to do? How does that work?
No, it's just like an ability that you can...
Oh, okay.
No, wait.
It is.
You have to.
You do have to cast
You
the
have to cast
spell.
detect thoughts.
So
yeah.
before you were able to reach out just with like your thoughts in that space you were in before. There is still that same thing here, but you hit an armor around him, like his are guarded.
So we're in a
Say
weird
nothing.
problem here. Is we've been brought here. We don't have a way home. We were told to come here, and whoever they are, want to speak to us, and you don't want us to speak to them, and won't let us go, and
So we're
don't want us to
stuck
leave.
here.
So we're in a weird
Yeah.
place.
I'd have you turn back.
We
Get
don't
you
have.
back down the path and you'll find yourself back home. But I do not wish you to bother the one you seek.
Why not?
He is recovering
From what?
battle.
Why would
Are
he
you
bring?
married to him? Why are you choosing his battles for him?
I am not married to him.
Then you're treating him
I
like
am a
husband.
servant of him. And I
Servants
do not
can't
wish
tell their
him.
masters what to do.
This is correct.
Then why are you choosing for him?
I'm speaking to you, not to him.
You said we're not welcome.
This is correct.
Because what? Because you're choosing that we're not welcome in, even though you're a servant and he wants us here. Yeah? That's what I'm hearing.
Will you stop us?
Will I have to?
We don't really have a choice to
Turn
go up.
back. Leave him to his rest. Don't have him waste his energies on you.
Can I, like, try to, like, reach out to him?
You've seen him.
You
You can
know?
cast sending.
Like, because you said there's armor. And, like, I just, like... I'm gonna try to the guy that we were talking to earlier.
Okay.
And be like, your servant's not letting us in and is choosing your own battles.
Like you
so
casting
maybe,
sending?
Yeah.
Just reaching out like you were
Yeah.
doing before. And then,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You feel a presence of something watching this. Something up atop this temple that is observing.
I'm going to look at them and they're like, he's watching us right now. We
I'm
have
aware.
to... No, I'm not talking to
them.
you.
Sorry.
She literally turns and goes, I don't mean you. The guy that we're trying to see is watching us to see how we deal with this. So how are we going to deal with it?
He is watching to let me say my piece.
Okay, well, how about you say your piece and we can hear it, and then we'll
That's
make
what
our
this-
decision based on how well you compel us.
Very well. My master is kind and protective to his own detriment. He has suffered in a battle longer than you can imagine. Only now beginning to recover. And yet, he reaches out to bring outsiders here. Would have you come up into his presence. And I know him. He will help as he can, regardless of what it does to him. I do not wish to see his pain lengthened, his recovery renewed. So I ask you to leave. Solve your own problem.
Is he some storm giant that helped create the prophecy? By chance.
He is not.
Then who is he? Because
It
if
is
we can...
not for me to
If we
share.
can find out right here and now that he is useless to our cause, we'll just leave.
So, I think speaking to someone doesn't cause problems, and how do you know that we can't help him and the problem that he's dealing with?
His issue is beyond our means.
Is he still fighting the battle?
No.
Then he's free, is what I'm hearing.
I can understand the plight of what you're dealing with and your feelings about it. We are also in a similar situation of where we're caught between fate and apathy. And actually, I would change it. I'd say where we're dealing with fate and we're caught between inaction and action. Inaction would be for us to go home and let things go the way they're currently planned to go. And many people die. And there's a possibility that our plane has a calamity. Action means we speak to this person, and maybe his pain is increased for helping us. I don't know. But maybe our world and many, many people on it are saved.
And what happens to them when they die?
Wherever they go, there's many places people go when they die.
Many people have claims over souls. Many demons have many deals that they can collect on. A lot of souls are going to be going to a lot of places, and a lot of power is going to be accumulated.
Most of them will go to the land of their gods, or to the line. What tragedy is this, that one existence has ended for them?
Because
You are the only ones who hold on to this as some sort of catacomalism.
Mm-hmm.
why should someone make the choice if they live or die?
Do you know Genesis? You know the demon that follows tragedy around, like to the point where it could just kill an entire civilization. He's gonna be there to watch it. He's just in his seat waiting for the show to start. It's not just it's a cataclysm. No, it's a prophecy forced on our ass by, I'm assuming, your fucking guy and everyone else around us. So don't go looking at us like we're some villains for doing what we're told. I thought you'd understand that, servant.
I've not called you villains.
You're treating us like we are.
You are visitors not welcomed, and that is how I am treating you. Yes, Daniel?
I would like to read the part of the prophecy where it talks about, like I'm going to say, where it talks about if we fail, the oceans will boil. Or that. Can you pull it up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can.
Read me the whole prophecy and I'll tell you which part I'm going to say to him.
So the first part
Yeah.
is the one that talks about it.
Okay, let's hear it.
Hark, the raging storm arrived, a maw washing the horizon black. The land became sea and blood became brine, leaving a blight that scorned the sun so long none could remember its origin.
And then what's the second part?
Yet before the first gust blew, the heart's death foretold too late its coming.
And the third part?
Except be the heart saved, that the shield meet the raging storm.
Okay, I read those 3 stanzas to him. This is a prophecy.
We come back to my point. Their life on that plane ended, a new one somewhere else started.
And what-
Only you of that plane and that life bemoan this fate, like death is some sort of end to be avoided.
And what if your planes were interchanged? What if this was to happen on your plane right where you are now?
Yeah, would you care? Would you just accept death because you know it was just coming? Would you, if I were to told you, hey, you're gonna die today, would you be like, okay, I'm not going to stop it. I'll just sit here and look at it in the eye while it stabs me in the heart.
Make me a persuasion check. Dan, you can also make me a persuasion check if you want.
Okay.
29.
$17.
Okay. You see him stop and think and consider seriously the question you've posed. I would do what I can to stop it.
And what do you think we're doing? You're telling us to go home and sit on our ass and wait for them to stab us in the chest. We're trying to come to you to get the shield to put in front of our chest so a knife doesn't go through it.
What we're saying is if you were switched places with us and the path of what you could do was where we are currently and we were blocking you, do you turn around and give up? Or do you explore your options?
I am stubborn and foolish,
Many are.
so I would walk ahead and pay no mind to my words.
I know it hurts to watch someone you care about do things that bring them pain.
Do you?
But what kind of a life will they have if they aren't free to make their own choices?
I cannot stop any of their choices. But they have allowed me this interdiction.
I suppose what I can say is that we don't mean any harm and we don't mean to take any...
We're not going to let him sacrifice himself for our cause. We're not going to go, hey, come with us and help us, and then we're going to kill you at the end of it because that's what happens. No, we're going to try to save him too. We're going to do everything to save as many people as we can with as much as we can. So if we can get more people to save more lives, then we're also going to save the lives of the people saving people. This is going to be a life positive death, like no death. We don't want this death. If it happens, it happens, but we are going to avoid it at all costs.
Dan, you got your hand up?
We're here to speak. And that's all that we have on our plate right now. Your master's actions are your own. I can't control him. I can't control his choices. I can control my own, and I know that I have no ill will towards your master. So my choice is that I'm going to walk forward with no ill will, harm, action against you, and you can make your choice of what you're going to do.
He looks
You're welcome to come listen.
He looks at both of you. Go then. Be foolish. Be stubborn. And I know you mean no harm. I bear you no ill will other than your presence. But wreak harm you will, I know my master. And if it were so simple as I could make his choices for him, then I would not need to worry. But he will lend you his aid, and he will suffer for it.
Then such is life.
Perhaps.
My mother killed herself so I could live without even telling me. So I get it. I don't get to make their choice. They make it anyways because it's what they feel they have to do.
And if you could go back,
I would stop it 100 times over.
then you understand.
I'm just gonna nod and say thank you. I'm gonna start to walk up the path.
Okay. He doesn't move over, so you will have to walk around him.
Sure. I walk around him. I don't try to fight them or get.
Yeah. He doesn't attack. Just watches as you guys go. After you're past him, he doesn't turn back. As you all
This prophecy shit.
step past him onto the steps of this pyramid, start to make your way up, and at the top of it, there would be a doorway that enters into a temple set into the side of it. You guys enter.
Inside check. Just,
The door is
I check for traps.
doorly.
he's dooring too hard.
I get mimicked again.
Is this one of those things where the party spends an hour trying to get through an unlocked door?
This mountain is absolutely a mimic.
As you guys find yourself in a space too large to be inside of this pyramid. White marble flooring extending off hundreds of feet. Walls of pure white coming up such that you can barely tell, except at the corners, that there's a room here at all. And at the center of it, there is an old man sitting. He's wearing the robes of a monk. He has a necklace, large prayer beads, like Zenyatta's necklace, like the big prayer beads around it, but you can see spots where some are missing, such that there's only about a third of them left, but they hang in place like they're anchored there somehow around this necklace. He has long white hair that comes down into a long white beard, and he sits peacefully cross-legged here at the center of this space.
You asked for us?
Yes, please, come sit, join me. We will speak for a time.
I will go see.
Sit down.
As you all approach, Sophie as well.
Sylvie's like,
No.
she's like, you know the face where they're just like scrunchy, like, yeah. And she's like,
Going back to your uncle of like, I trust him. I promise we'll be safe. And suddenly Timmy like, I don't know if that's true.
it was all fake when he said it. He could have been said it, he didn't.
Yeah.
I pull a little stool out of my bag of holding.
Okay.
Sit down.
As you set this down.
I'm gonna stand behind Lance's chair.
Okay, you stand. Lance is going to sit himself down on the ground, make himself as comfortable as he can. As you stand behind him, this figure watches over all of you. Welcome. I am pleased to meet you, finally.
Who are you?
I do not give up my name so easily.
What do you want? What should we call you?
Well, perhaps you can earn my name.
Earn.
You know me already, and I know you. Most of you I have known for a very long time. You, though, as he looks over at Cyrus, it is a sort of half knowing. I know you when you wish, and at other times you are lost to me.
Are you like Father Time or something?
No, something else, but I like it, in a way. You are correct, I am like a thing in this world, but time is not my name.
What do you want from us?
Introductions, to start, and for you to know me of your own.
Okay, I'm still Faye. Better not be a fey creature.
I am not, of the Fae, though I am in each of them as well.
Are you the essence of life?
You are closer than you mean to be, but this is the work of Raylan, not of me.
Well, then I know Raylan.
Oh my god, we go way
Oh my
back.
god, we go way back. Okay, I'm Sophie. This is Lance.
Hello, Lance and Sophie. I have known you from the first moment of your birth.
That's so creepy. It's okay. Really.
I'm Cyrus.
Hello, Cyrus.
This is interesting because I wasn't born on the material plane, so I want to see how it reacts.
I have known you too for as long, though our meetings have come and gone. With most, I am there always, until the end. But with you, only when you wish to indulge me.
Jasmine.
Hello, Jasmine. You as well, I have known, through many iterations, from your first moments. I'm Adalia. Yes, I know you best of all. Like them, but greedier.
What do you mean?
I mean, like all. Most of her essence. They are the most greedy of my attention.
I look at Adalia.
Do you mean because I'm Genasi? Of a sort. Flames are greediest for my attention.
Are you air itself?
You are closer still, but you have not yet arrived.
We'll get there. Sophie goes. I like to think she has a book that she manifests.
starts writing like it's a riddle.
Every tidbit she gets,
Yeah.
and then she guesses once she has
I turn
any
so
idea.
Jasmine can't quite see, and I conjure Cyrus's secrets book. So just as Cyrus she gets there, I'm like,
Tell me, do you yet know me? Have any of you recognized
Can
your
I?
old friend?
Oh, no, just continue. Do your introduction.
He's waiting to see if you
Can
know.
I roll something?
Potentially, but I'm gonna let you guys think about it first.
is it someone that we?
This is the rest of the session, guys. Have
Can
fun.
3 adults solve a riddle?
Are you a giant?
No, though I am like them in my origin. More so than the rest of you. I am present in many things, though no objects.
The DM keeps giving us hints because he doesn't want us to sit here for 3 years. But then he's also the one that gave us the clue that kept us here for
Okay,
3
so
years.
you obviously something to do with dreams.
I do not.
Nothing to do with
This is
dreams.
but a convenient way.
Okay, but you say you interact with me on and off. Is it because I left the plane, or is it because I don't sleep constantly?
Neither of
Consistently.
these are the reasons for a
What do you know about
uncertain
me, huh?
relationship.
So, you know him
Sorry,
barely, half-half. You know Dahlia all the time.
I know
You
all
know
of you at
Jasmine
all
how
times.
often?
The rest of you at all times. But Adalia draws most greedily.
So it's like a spectrum.
imagination.
I knew you from the first moment of your birth, but not before then.
Are you a womb?
I did not know you there,
Are you uterus?
nor
Okay.
there.
Do you have something to do with time?
I do not. That is not my place. There is not yet one in this world who looks over time.
Who can you not see?
At times, Cyrus, most of the dead that walk do not carry me with them.
So you're not life, because that's Raylan. Right, is Raylan life?
Yes.
Wait! I thought you were, like, technically dead, right?
I guess yes.
Are you death?
I am not death.
Are you creation?
Neither am I this. No, I have a part in its song.
I look at Adalia as he says this song. And I, open my eyes a little bit. Do you remember that part?
Yes.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, she's puzzling over this as well. So you're in us, but not always Cyrus. And you're not in objects. And you're in flames. I don't know.
I really thought the DM was just gonna give us it right there. I was really hoping and praying that Adalia was just gonna get it.
From since we first took breath?
Exactly then.
Not life, not death, not creation, not dreams, not imagination.
And if Cyrus were to stop breathing, you wouldn't be with him anymore?
This is correct.
Oh.
I'm gonna
And he
hold
said
my
he's
breath and
closer-
see what happens.
He's closer to air.
And now I know you only, for you are in front of me.
Okay, so if he's with us when we're breathing, he's air. He's closer to air. Think on that line. Close to fire. Are you cloud? No.
Oxygen?
You think too elemental. You have named me already.
Your breath?
That is I.
Should have been able to tell by how you're so breathy when you talk.
So you're, what, a god of breath?
Something like that. But not quite. I am primordial. I am the first breath of life on most places you would call home.
Do you have power over life?
I do not exercise control over breath. Not because I am unable, but unwilling.
What war did you have, or what battle did you fight?
One long before your time. Before the time of most of those you would call deities.
All of the Titan and Primordial stuff happened in the other campaign. Fallon, that campaign, right?
Mhm.
So we don't know nothing about none of that.
No, not
Okay.
that.
No, so we wouldn't know.
The giants have a word that once meant my name, but now means only my name, and no longer breath also. They call me Erd.
Erd. Okay. Well, I'm sure you understand some of our problem, but we are trying to stop Wolgros
Yes,
from just drawing our plane.
I know what you desire. And I must begin with an apology. I am loath to use people, but I have used you nonetheless. This is my attempt to make right that chain.
How
of
did you
events.
use us?
You have heard the prophecy
Yeah.
spoken in 3 voices. But this is not entirely the truth.
Are you all three?
I have a question for you instead. How did they know the prophecy? Does it not seem nonsensical?
It is nonsensical.
Why?
I don't know. You'd have to make sense of it to figure out why it's nonsensical.
Well,
Allow me to outline a problem for you with prophecy. We shall play a game. As you guys find yourself suddenly sitting further back and looking down, almost like somebody's thrown game pieces out in front of you. There are two doors sitting, and you can see, like a D&D player looking down on a 3D battle map, a chamber, a path leading to it, a path leading past it. But the chamber is cut in the center by a wall with two archways, two dark tunnels. Two doors. Neither can be gazed through. Behind one, I have put a death most certain, a fate most terrible. I wish for the ones who come here to befall this terrible outcome.
It's rude.
Would this not be a terrible trap I have laid? One with odds so even that half will survive and half will perish.
It would be a pretty terrible trap. Also, if this is a trap, I want you to know you didn't sneak it up on me.
Indeed, I have lost.
I've never believed in prophecy from the beginning! Hogwash, I tell you!
You're just being murdered. You're like, I saw this coming, so it doesn't count.
Sorry, continue.
Now what if I can see what will come to pass, and I know that whoever goes will walk through the left door, and so within it I have placed my trap. Have I not made certain the odds are most wondrous of trap, most efficient?
What's your point?
Behold, you must send your sons and daughters here, and they will make a choice on which door, and you may give them counsel. And you too may see the future, and so you will see behind which door I have placed the trap. What will you counsel your children if I have put the trap upon the door on their left?
Go to the right.
But would I not see them walk through the door on the right and place the trap there?
Sure, you could change the trap,
This
yeah.
could go any way you want it to because you can see the future, so it doesn't matter.
But you also can see the future. And I wish for a future they are caught, and you one they are not. And you may advise them before this future is reached, but I know which door they will walk, and so I shall put the trap in their path. How can this be?
You have to force them to go a different way.
You see that it cannot be, do you not? Without some other addition to our scenario.
Like a catalyst.
Are you okay? Are you having like a mental breakdown?
No,
I am not.
Because you're like getting really panicked while you're talking about this. And do we need to take a moment to have a breather?
I merely take a break to inhale so that the world does not cease in
So-
its breath.
Cyrus is very involved. Continue. So you have foresight, and you have another person who can see an outcome, and you have two people that are both have control over where a trap is, but they both can see the outcome and they can change it, whatever. So how do you upset the balance?
In this case, there are two choices for one with future sight. When you come upon a scenario with the will of another who can also see the future, you may look to see where it goes, and you will find yourself in a cascade, that as your will changes, so too does there. And from this, there is no escape. And a moment will pass that will feel like an eternity, until eventually your mind is so destroyed that you see nothing, and your body is free to continue its death. Or you may accept that you cannot see here, that their choices are like ripples that keep you from peering through the waters of time, as your choices do the same to them, and all is obscured.
Okay.
So how did they see?
To write the prophecy.
How did the giant and the cloud with the eyes of storm, how did they see?
I don't know.
Also, if they could see into the future, why didn't they see that my mother was going to turn into me and they were just going to kill her?
Indeed. There is a reason, though, for that. That it was believed that your mother,
Oh, it was
was
me. Yeah,
not
I guess
you.
we had.
for an alchemist, did brew a tonic that could fool one who can see the future. Perhaps this is our answer. Perhaps this alchemist fooled the giant, and the cloud with eyes of storm spoke to them a false prophecy that they would make true by their actions. In fact, on consideration, this seems most likely, does it not?
That the prophecy was fake and made by the giants.
And they're just telling us what to do so that it happens the way that they want it.
No, that the alchemist who brews lies has tricked not just the one who seeks you, but the one who sends you, that he has orchestrated to each of them a lie. Imagine again our doors, and there is a alchemist who may brew this tonic, and you know of him. And so you have him. You have your children go to him. You say, speak to this alchemist, and have him brew a tonic that convinces me, who places this trap, that you will walk through the left door, but let this be a lie, so that I may tell you to walk through the right, but he will see the left. Does this not resolve our issue?
Yeah, what do they want?
What does the alchemist want?
Yeah.
For he has orchestrated this surely. For if you were to know that one of the doors was safe, you would have to trust that he has not lied to you, and brewed his poison so effective against you as well. How do you know? The one who chooses here is the alchemist, and you can only hope that your desires are aligned with his. Would you trust your children to this fate at all? Even worse than before. Before, they have a half chance at survival, but now it is in the hands of an alchemist and a liar.
No, I wouldn't trust it.
But you said you used us.
Yeah, so aren't you just also like the alchemist who told them what they wanted to hear and told the other person what they wanted to hear so that you could get the goal that you wanted?
An interesting question. But my place is not the place of lies.
Who's the alchemist?
But you could just be telling us that. I've been getting this awful feel, like, not awful, but like this overall feeling of just so much truth that you can't even not trust you. And to what point can you force so much truth that someone questions what's underneath that truth? Is it actually true? Are you just telling us it's truth and lying to us?
Do you wish to know?
Yes.
I can make an account for my truth, and you will see it for yourself.
What kind of account?
Breathe, and breathe deeply.
You asked the asthmatic.
Do you feel my presence? That I am with you?
Like,
That I have never lied to you?
if you're just air, I guess. Is my life fake? No, that's stupid.
I cannot lie to you, for it is counter to who I am.
Okay.
I would only lie to my enemies, and all who breathe are my friends. I cannot lie to you without killing you.
Cyrus, take a deep breath.
I've been breathing, but I think I'm gonna stop breathing and I'm gonna say, am I your enemy now?
You are not. But if I were to lie to you, it would not kill you, but it would be your last breath.
Oh, okay. So your enemies are ones that don't breathe.
They are not. Breathing is not an anathema. Those who do not breathe are not my enemies, but those who are my enemies do not breathe.
Okay. Who's the alchemist?
There
I'm
is
breathing,
only
by the way, as I say this.
one who can craft such a tonic. You have met him, have you not?
Genesis?
She's looking at Jasmine or
Oh.
Jade, or he is looking at Jasmine or Jade for
Yep.
this.
I just nod.
Who's this?
Garman.
Garnak?
Garman.
The god of lies.
Oh.
So tell me, if you knew of the power of this alchemist, you could not be willing to send your children into the hands of what could be used against you. You would only be willing if the information you passed on was from a source you could trust.
What did you do?
Either they are very foolish, or someone else is at play. So we go back to our question. You must send your sons and daughters, and I wish to kill them. And ripples of
Can't
your
I just
choices.
not send them?
You may not. They must go.
People have to die, yeah.
And if you try to stop them, they will go anyways. They will walk this path and they will choose left or right.
Well, if we can just see whatever they're going to choose.
But you cannot. For
but you
I
said that
also
earlier.
can see the future. And now the two of us look upon it, neither of us can see, for the ripples of our choices spread unendingly. My choice changes yours, yours changes mine,
So it's
and
just
so nothing can
impossible.
be decided. So you are blind here.
So it's just impossible. You just have to hope that they do the right one, I guess.
Indeed. Unless third option exists.
Okay.
What if there was one who could see where both of you are blind, who left no ripples in their passing, and so their decisions were invisible to you, who could see through your ripples, for eventually they choose a door, do they not? At some moment they walk through it, and so at some place, despite your blindness, it is decided, is it not?
Okay.
Could this person not speak this prophecy and know this final fate?
I'm gonna look at Jasmine. They might be able to.
I am this person, but I am not the three voices of the prophecy. You have met already the first voice, though they did not give you their account of the prophecy. Who do you think spoke the first prophecy?
When you've said we've already heard two.
Yes,
Right.
and you've heard. Not the third, but you have spoken with its author.
So we saw the one guy that died, the cloud giant that got killed by your mom.
Yep.
So much was he certain that he was not being lied to, he was willing to give his own life.
I bet they told him he'd live.
He knew his fate before it came to him.
But at least he knew.
Is it Walgross?
It is. You have not heard his prophecy, for it is inelegant. For for he was not taught how to look beyond himself. He has the eyes of a storm giant, but grew up without a teacher. He knows only what will come of him. He is like you in our example, but trapped in a well, able to look up at only a small portion above him.
So he can only see his outcome, and when he does something, it changes his outcome, but he doesn't know what else he's changing. He can only see the changes to his outcome from his actions.
Yes.
But
He has seen all the way to the end of this, where he leaves your plane, and great ripples erupt, so raucous as to fall into his well and drown him. And so he is left but with one option, but to escape this well, so as not to be drowned.
You said Siracus?
No,
What did he say?
raucous.
Because it
Oh.
doesn't say Sir Rock.
So raucous.
Thrown into the well.
Raucous as in of great movement and noise.
Oh, okay.
Ruckus?
So we have to trick Walgross?
Vacuous, but
We have to trick Walgross into thinking he's doing the right thing to get off the plane.
you have already done this. I am merely describing the first speaker of the prophecy and his perspective.
Okay, and then the second was the cloud giant.
He spoke of your death, a path to which he could become something he himself cannot see.
Okay.
But it was not spoken in verse or prose. He knew it himself, and so his prophecy went like this. There will be a group who stands in my way, a woman without which they will fail, and I will kill her.
Me?
You-
That's what Walgross knew.
This is Walgross's prophecy, were he to speak it succinctly. And then the ones you spoke with wrote the rest. 3 speakers, but you know all of them. And they spoke it because I commanded them not to look here, not to interfere with what Walgross saw. And I commanded them to speak it, and they trusted me. And so I have led you here, and
Okay.
I have used you. And for this, I make my apology.
It's okay. Okay, so now that we're kind of on the same page, what do we do next?
Next, I wish to speak with you about a choice you will make, one that I have left to you, and I do not know what it is you will choose.
Okay.
But I wish to beg of you to make the choice I desire. And I have started from a most unfortunate circumstance, one of manipulation, one started long before your birth, one of orchestration that I know you did not wish for, you did not ask for, that you did not want to play part of, and yet now I am at your mercy.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do besides ask that may win your favor or acceptance?
Well, what are the 2 choices and which one do you want? I think that would be a starting place.
We can start here, but it is rather transactional. If you wish, I shall begin there.
Sure.
Or
What power can you
perhaps
grant us?
with
Yeah.
the tail. What did you ask?
What power can you grant us?
I am going to tell you what you must do to succeed.
succeed in your goal?
In either.
Okay.
Insight check. But I'm just gonna get told by the DM that they just
You're
trust them.
able to make an insight check. Yeah.
He has said that you'll die if he's lying.
No. So true. 18.
18. You don't detect any hint of a lie. You haven't this whole time. He seems genuinely sorry. Genuinely apologetic about this. And seems genuinely... He, you know, because you breathe, considers you a friend, and knows that he has not been a terrific friend to you, and is asking what he can do to make up for that before he asks something else of you.
Can you bring people back?
This is not my domain, though I possess the power as my like does. I am capable of granting to those who follow me magics that are within this realm. But you already gained such a power from one far more skilled than I.
She doesn't do that. I do that.
So I ask, now 3 choices before you. First, I will tell you of this choice and what I ask, and you may decide if you are willing to grant me some way to make amends. Or you will think among yourselves and first tell me if I may do something to rectify my choices. Or I will tell you a story.
What do you guys want?
Hmm.
I don't care about the story. Like, is he trying to get us to pick what we want so that we can agree to help him without knowing what it is?
No. You may make your choice regardless. This is no contract. I merely wish to rectify what I have injured.
I'm at a weird place, guys. Because he said, hey, you know, everyone around you is manipulating and using this prophecy to their own gain. I'm not, but also do things to the prophecy for my own gain. I'm in a really weird place.
Yeah,
And yet I also know he's not lying to us, and that he feels really sad and very, very apologetic.
Okay.
But also, you can't tell us that everyone's abandoning us, but you're not. You're the one person that's staying conveniently.
Okay, well, I have an idea.
This is not what I speak of either. I am the one who has set fate about to come this way. No other. Only one has manipulated, but you are where you are, and it is I. The rest have merely followed as fate has dictated to them.
Okay.
And this is why I wish to make amends.
Well, for myself, everybody that I know and care about breathes. So, give me or help me in some way to have the power or ability to help save people that breathe.
I see. I can do this after a fashion. Do the rest of you wish for the same or for something other?
Can't
Just
think about it.
do it individually.
You may.
Okay, I'm gonna think about it then, because I don't know.
Deliberate,
'Cause
then.
Do we have to pick all together or we can pick individually?
We are in a
As a
discussion.
character. As a
I do
player,
not
I mean, sorry.
promise I can grant your wish. You may wish for something shared or something individual, and we will discuss what is possible and what is not.
It's just really hard to figure that out when we don't know the extreme that you're going to make us do.
I do not wish for you to use this to make your decision.
This is like
I have done you harm. You yourself have commented many times how hated this prophecy has been for you.
Yeah.
How you have wished to flee it,
Yeah.
wished to be free of it.
Yeah.
And I am the one who inflicted it upon you. And
Can
I
you-
knew before I did that you would hate it.
Can you promise no prophecy stuff for anyone that I would like my children or anyone in my family line for the rest of time?
I know what I want.
I
I know what I want.
would
And just get rid
cast
of them.
ripples upon your family such that none like Warcrows or the Giants can see their fate.
Yeah, like
Yes.
protect them from whatever this prophecy shit is.
I can.
Without taking away their power, like some. You better not be like some djinn or something that takes my wish and then twists it some weird way.
What I do will be discussed, not inflicted upon you like a hot iron.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to the. This is like reparations for stuff that's already happened. We get to ask for a boon, and he's gonna either grant it or not. Then we get to hear what he needs, and we get to make a decision at that point. This is basically paying us back for putting us through all the shit we had to go through. Okay, I know what I want. I don't think it's what you guys want, but I think we just do individually and get what we want. Because each of us had different problems getting here. Take what you think is going to help you the best, or whatever is going to help fix the. I don't know.
Indeed.
I change what I want.
Speak.
I know what I want, but I'm waiting for them to let me know when they're ready.
Then wait. The rest of you. Have you settled upon your request? The one you offered already? As he's looking at you, Sophie.
I like that one.
Sorry, which request?
Hers was that her family line is invisible to prophecy.
Oh, cool.
And cannot be interacted with. Yeah, that. I want that. Keep that.
That's powerful.
Well,
My
we
next
keep-
character is going to be in her family line. Fuck you.
but like super distantly, just like some.
But it doesn't
random-
matter as long as they're
Yep.
in her family line. That's better not horse himself out. You know, like
What would you be able to do to keep me safe from any who would do me harm?
From that which would do you harm. This would be a disservice to you. I can protect you greatly, but your very self is built upon protecting you. This would damage you more than help you.
She just kind of sits back a little. Looks at Cyrus.
Do Dolly and Lance want to go first?
Do I have to say mine in front of everybody?
yes,
Bigger dick.
Well,
or whisper
I don't
in
need
my
to hear.
ear.
Can you, help me marry Sylphie without dying?
Sophie's just like, you.
I can be of assistance with this. You said that you're related to the Son of Creation? Can you help me hear it better?
Hmm.
Yes, I can. It is all of the voices and the instruments of wind that come from me in this song. Okay. Well, that's what I want.
what I want is to be able to protect and help the people that are around me. And the way that I can do that is by being able to change things when I need to. I want the spell Wish.
You wish for a spell that allows you to cast wishes. Yet you are not capable of commanding such magic. And so,
Could
my
be.
boon will go ungranted for some
Could be a
time.
scroll.
But you are not capable of learning
I can
a
wait.
scroll.
I can wait.
I can grant you this power, though it is not of my creation. The magic you use was built by another.
DM speak.
I can grant this.
To like cast
Okay, sorry,
immediately?
DM speak.
He can give you the capability to cast Wish,
Mm-hmm.
and he is saying this will be stolen from Ballo.
And repercussion.
It's Bello.
You could ask him about it, but he hasn't said anything beyond that.
Repercussion being it's Ballo.
This would be stolen from Ballo? And so Ballo created Wish?
Yes. He is the inventor of the Wish spell.
You know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Then, we have a few of you who have answered. Is there nothing for you to be done?
Who's he looking at?
Jasmine.
Okay, so like what do you control?
I am the breath of life.
Right, so
And
like what
I
can
am
you do though?
the stuff that your world was made from.
So can you like make people think highly of me?
Not if it is based on falsehood and they breathe. But I can do things to make you worthy of being looked upon highly.
What does that mean?
I can grant you powers, and you can use them nobly and be loved.
What kind of powers?
Like,
Sorry. It's really close, way closer than it normally is.
I caught the rolling tray before it toppled right over. I can grant you boons, like your deity already can.
Would that be like a conflict of interest thing?
That depends on your deity. He is most shy with me, for he does not know me, and he is not used to not knowing. The deity is at play, for I have been gone for a long time, and I am one of the few that predates him.
Yeah, it just worries me a little because you talk about the truth, and he's all about lying. Like with
I
that.
am not a god of truth, but I cannot lie to those who are my friend, not because I am the god of truth, but because I do not wish you to die.
But it wouldn't like make me unable to lie.
I could do this if you wished it, but my boon does not demand this. But if you desired, I could have it, so no breath would come to you that you would use for a lie. I rather doubt this is your desire.
No. Can you make it so other people can't lie to me?
I could do something in this vein, though I am not willing to make it entirely impossible.
Well, even if I would just know.
Now, we may deliberate if this is the area you wish to explore.
I guess.
Very well. I will fashion an offer for you. But any who is your friend may not use their breath to tell you a lie. What make you of my offer?
I'm more worried about my enemies than my friends.
Then, a new offer. One that puts you at some risk, for I am unwilling to implicate those against you, in that you cannot draw breath while they use theirs to lie to you. And so you shall know their falsehood by your inability to draw your own.
That seems not that useful.
Dangerous, should they come to know of this fact about you.
Yeah.
But otherwise, meets what you ask for. It is but an offer.
Is it an all or nothing thing?
You must describe what you mean. Do you mean that you cannot breathe again once they have spoken a lie? Or do you mean something else?
I mean more like, could you make it so that it's slightly harder to breathe, but not impossible to breathe?
I could make it so it only affects you as long as you hear the lie.
But I'd still be totally unable to breathe while it's happening.
As long as they use breath to tell it, and you hear it, while the breath is used to speak it, you would be unable to breathe.
Oh, that's weird. That's pretty good.
I don't know, I think that's like I feel like I'm gonna die randomly, and that doesn't seem helpful.
Unless you fall unconscious and can no longer hear their words.
If it's only when you can hear their words, it's not like I could be in another country lying about you. Is it lying about her or to her or something?
Lying to her.
Yeah, they have to be in your presence, then you have to hear them. You could cover your ears, you could be unconscious, right? And as soon as they stop lying, you can speak again or breathe again.
It is an offer.
It's like flawless lie detection.
It is. I kinda like that.
Only for your enemies.
Yeah.
What defines an enemy?
That's
very
a good, That's a good
ambiguous.
question.
You define what is your enemy, but you must mean it. Not character speak. It would be like, does your character genuinely consider them an enemy? And that's up for you to decide. And you can decide if your character's lying to themselves about it, and so it doesn't work, or that your character does actually consider them an enemy.
Okay.
That would be up to you. That would be up to Alex, not your character, specifically.
So he would have to decide if they're lying?
So if Alex is asking me, like, would I know this is lying because I stopped breathing? And I'm like, do you consider them an enemy? Not does your character think they're an enemy, but do you, Alex, think your character genuinely considers them an enemy? They're not lying to themselves about this. They're not deluding themselves. Like,
So
what does
Jasmine can't
Alex
just
think?
go like, let's say I lie to Jasmine.
She can't just be like, you're my
Jasmine
enemy.
can't say, well, I consider you an enemy now. What, is she lying to me?
Exactly.
Now here's something that I would think. If Jasmine perceives, say someone who wasn't an enemy, right? And she perceives that they're trying to lie to her, and she's like, fuck. Would that be grounds to say, okay, this person's trying to deceive me, I now perceive them as an enemy?
That's up to Alex.
No, I'm just saying,
That's
is that a...
Sure, if Alex thinks Jasmine would know they're lying and think this person is untrustworthy, they're trying to hurt
Or not
me, they're
even
an
know.
enemy.
Think.
Right, but that's the... So what would have to happen is Jasmine wouldn't... So what Jasmine couldn't do is go, oh, they've lied to me, they might be trying to get something out of me, Jasmine would have to think they are lying to me to try and do something to me. They are an enemy. They are against me. Right? If a salesman's lying to you about a price, that's not grounds to make them their enemy, unless Jasmine would be wholly and completely offended by this, but that's Alex's judgment call.
Okay, sure. What do you think?
Can you make it, like... So I have to also be looking at them? I'm just, like, I'm worried about someone suffocating me with words.
At most, you will fall unconscious.
Okay. Because I have to, like...
You have to be able to hear them,
Yeah.
which means they have to be around you.
I do not mean sound meets your ears, but that you hear it.
Okay.
If they spoke to you in a tongue you did not understand, without gestures you could divine, this too would be ineffective.
Okay.
Or if it was telepathic, or over, like, sending,
Anything that does not use breath.
wouldn't affect it. Okay. So you could even tell if I was speaking in primordial, you could even tell I was lying.
If
I
she could
spoke it.
understand you.
If
But
I
if-
can understand primordial.
She has to understand what you're trying to get across, is
okay,
what,
okay.
what he was just
Yeah.
saying. Was like, if you didn't understand it at all, it wouldn't work either.
Okay.
Are you satisfied?
I think so. If I changed my mind, would I be able to get a hold of you?
No.
Sure.
Very well. I shall add, if you wish, an out. You may renounce this gift, but it will be permanent.
Got
And
it.
you must speak it with breath.
Okay.
It's a great place to take our break. To talk to
743,
you.
and I want to talk to a few other people as this character, because you're not the only one he's going to negotiate with. We turn to you as Cyrus. We turn to you.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
I shall outline my offer for you to accept or decline.
Okay.
When you gain the capability to use this magic, and it is most acceptable, having been brought from the 12th level to the 9th, you shall have knowledge of it. However, I will not rob Balor without his knowing. I will take this knowledge and give it to you, but I will inform him that I am appropriating his work, and he may take that up with you or with me.
Okay. Sorry, Wish is a 12th level spell?
Wish was a 12th level spell, and then Ballo brought it down to a 9th level spell, which is the Wish that people know of. But Wish initially is a very powerful outpouring of 12th level magic, and then Ballo has been able to shave off the edges to keep as much of the power as possible and make it castable at 9th
Okay,
level.
so I would have a 9th level.
You would have the
and it would
9th
be
level
in my
Wish.
brain until I hit 17.
Yeah, so you could add it to your spell list, but you still can't cast it because you
Until
don't have a
17.
spell slot capable of it. Yeah.
Sure. So basically your condition is that Ballo would know that I have it.
And that Erd gave it to you.
And what information would Ballo have about me? I've never met Ballo. Would he just know my name?
This is a good question. I would answer his questions of me as long as they were reasonable. I would not show him you or lead him to you, but if his questions were warranted, inside that it is his work being taken, I would answer them.
So, like, where I am, my name, what I do, what I look like.
That you are a son of a Chin, that you reside on a continent, perhaps even a specific continent. Your age, perhaps some of your character from the moments I have been with you and come to know it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Then you accept as well. And so we come to you. As he looks over at Sophie.
What?
We have much unknown to dig through, you and I, for what is a line of people and what is not.
Blood.
I will make a proposal to you. I would give this to your direct descendants, passed down through your daughters, and to their daughters after them.
Like.
No sons.
Oh, okay. That was my woman taking a hold of me. So just like my kids, or just like if I have sons, a fact.
It would function like this. You and your sisters would be under the effects. Your sons and daughters, too, would be under the effects. Their daughters and sons, too, would come under this effect. Should ever one of these lines that have come from you have only sons, the gift would end for that line.
Yeah, because they couldn't keep spreading the blood out.
It would work such as this. Imagine. You give birth to 3 daughters.
Yeah.
And to each of them a daughter and a son. You have now 6 grandchildren. 3 men, 3 women.
Okay.
The men would pass nothing on to their sons or daughters. The women would pass this on to their daughters and sons. But imagine one of these grandchildren, the women, gave birth to 2 boys, and none other. The boys would not come under this protection, and their daughters would also not gain this protection.
I'd be fucked if I just had sons, like this. You would immediately be useless to me.
I will do nothing to affect what children you and your progeny bear, and as you may have noticed, you are rather fond of women in your family.
Really? It's crazy.
You can make it like the
This is an
firstborn
offer.
child.
You're just
But-
making my... So, they get to wish. They get the ability to find out if anyone's lying, and I get a gamble.
It is not going to end with you. But picture for a moment you are me, making these waves.
You keep saying this. Can you... Okay.
After 1 generation,
Uh-huh.
there are 3 lines I am protecting.
Yeah.
If each of them give birth to 2 children,
There's a lot of lines.
there are 6 lines I am defending. If it doubles each generation, there are 12 lines I am defending. The next 24, after 48, next, and next, and next, and eventually all the world will have intermixed, and be naught but ripples from one end to the other.
Okay, we need something else, because I'm not taking a gamble when someone gets wish.
Then a new offer. You may pass this benefit to all your children, and you may choose one of them, to choose one after them to pass, and they may choose one to pass after.
The best
And
child.
if ever one dies,
I can start a pyramid scheme in my own family.
And if ever one dies before this choice is made, then the gift will be ended.
Oh, so if they die before they have kids, then that line, it ends for that line.
It ends, for there will be only one line.
Yeah. Now I'm rethinking everything.
A new offer. Are you satisfied passing it down to one of your choice, and them the same, so that only one line carries it onwards?
Just ask that.
Yes. But I added the caveat that it could end if they died before choosing a successor line. So I ask, is the caveat the problem? Or is it that only one line receives this protection?
It's more so the fact that, like, I'm not even going to know if it's going to work. Like, you
It
could
will
just be
work like
lying
this.
to me.
You would not be able to breathe, and I would not do that to you. Though this too may be a lie, but it is not. This I swear to you, on my existence. And you can feel that ring around
I'm a
you.
fake retrace steal his name.
Like you, you can feel like he hasn't put his life into your hands, but he has staked it on this.
Okay.
What else do you want?
It would work like this as I outline it. You and your sisters would come under this benefit. Your children as well would come under this benefit, each of them. And you would choose one of them. And their children, all of them, would come under this benefit.
So it's only like one kid.
Basically,
All of the children of a mother who has this benefit would be benefited. But only the children of one of their children, a child of their choice, would come under this benefit.
So one
So,
whole family.
getting out of his weird voice, if you have 3 kids, all of them are
Starting
protected.
himself.
If you have 3 kids, all of them are protected. If they all have kids, you choose one of them, that them and their kids are protected. The other ones have the protection, but their kids don't. And then that person, if they have 3 kids, all of them are protected. And if all of those kids have kids, they choose one of them for their children to get the protection, and it passes down like that. One choice from parent to child, one after the other.
The other thing you could do is like the first child.
the
to
firstborn
have
of the
another
line
kid
always
passes
gets
it
it.
down.
Yeah, you could say that too.
Or you could just say
And
the
that way it's like kind of set in stone. If any of
Like-
them have kids, that first kid that's had,
so like if you have
it'll get
3
passed down
kids,
the most reliably.
the firstborn gets the line. The firstborn has 3 kids. The firstborn of that firstborn is the line that carries it. And then there's no like.
Yeah.
Then you don't have 3 kids that are like, I must kill my siblings before they make the choice.
Or
Because Karen is fucked.
yeah, but like if the firstborn doesn't have a kid, the firstborn of the secondborn would be the one to pass it down.
It would be yeah. If that works.
Like, there's
So,
no way it just kind of genetically
fizzles.
fails.
And again, this is an offer, but the benefit to you immediately is going to be you and your sisters are immediately and permanently under this protection. And then you may pass it down. And the offer he's giving you currently is that it passes down one line so that it never can split and protect multiple lines of your lineage. There's always one line that's protected, never 2.
And also, you'd be able to fuck up some Drider.
that lineage would absolutely be able to fuck up some Drider, yeah.
Yeah, for example, if someone cast a 9th level spell Foresight, it would have no effect.
0
on
effect on them, yeah.
You. They wouldn't have advantage.
Against-
They wouldn't nothing.
So I would just be out of Volgross's mind forever.
So
You would not be able to know what you're doing.
Or perceive your
So,
actions.
like he was describing in the beginning, where there's 2 people who can tell the future and the ripples make them blind to it, you would be permanently affected by those ripples such that anybody who can see the future cannot see your future. That it is just muddy water that they cannot pierce
You
through.
get to make your own fate.
Sure.
It's a pretty cool spell. For example, if I was to cast Wish and wanted to change your timeline, I guess
No, you couldn't.
technically,
Yeah, Wish can't actually change the past.
yeah, I couldn't. Yeah,
Sure.
Okay. He is giving you, like, if you don't like how it spreads, so what I'm trying to find out as him is, what is hesitant about it. Is it like how it spreads down to your children? Is it the effect overall? Like, you don't have to take this.
Feels
He's discussing it with you.
like a gamble.
What about it feels like a gamble? That it might, like, end...
It could just end on my first kid. And then what's the whole point? Like,
So...
I forgive him for everything in my entire life, only for it to end immediately after I die.
So currently the only way it could end is
your
if
kids
you have a
still
bunch
have
of kids and you choose a successor, and they become the successor, and they die before they have kids. That is the way it could currently end. If that is what's about it, what he would offer is that if that happens, it passes to somebody else in your line at random.
Or
So that the gift is perpetual unless everyone in your line dies, but only ever on one line.
what if you
never
just
branching.
literally did it the firstborn of each generation is the
Well,
one
that's up
who
to
gets...
Sophie.
Yeah.
That's up to
Yeah.
Sophie. But if you want it so that it can't just end without your entire lineage being wiped out, you could ask that it jump to somebody if
Yeah.
the choosing gets cut off. Yeah.
It's like if that's because it's not like we're not high profile people that people might want to come after their kids. Like I want to be able to move if whoever I choose dies before they have kids, because you can never choose who has kids, when they have kids, why
Yeah.
they have kids, if
yeah,
they
you can.
want kids.
So then, do you like the idea of you choosing who it goes to? Do you like that part?
Yeah.
Okay, so what he's going to offer is that you choose who is the line, and they choose who's the line after them. And if ever that line gets severed, and any of your lineage is still alive, it will pass at random to one of them.
Okay.
Or you could say it works its way back up to the tree and back down again. But that gets kind of...
I like the randomness.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, I have this thing that will protect a family line for the rest of time. But if you decide not to have kids,
Yeah.
I don't know where it's
Yeah.
going.
Well-
You
Yeah.
won't know where it's going.
And to be clear, everyone is protected from being seen. What gets passed around or severed is the ability to pass it on.
Yes. So when you pass it to your daughter, it still affects you
Yeah.
and your sisters.
But she
And it
just
also
wants
affects your
it.
kids. But it
Yeah.
doesn't affect your other son's
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Just that son.
And like, so if it doesn't get passed on, it just
Goes at random to one of your living relatives who was born from you, who spread from you at some point.
like.
So, like, if you have a kid and they get married and go over here, and you have a kid and they get married and go over here, and this one took it, and they keep having kids, and a whole bunch of
Yeah.
second, third, fourth cousins,
What
and
if
they keep having
it gets
kids.
put randomly?
Yeah.
They don't know that they have it, and they don't pass it on until someone.
Then it passes to someone else random.
That would also make it jump randomly, but it's
Would they know?
it's going to be something obvious. Yeah, it's like they're when you pass it on, it is like him asking who you want to pass it to. So it is like
Okay, so like
there's a very obvious portion of this where Erd is literally going to go, do you wish to pass it to this child? Do you wish to wait to see if you have more children?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Like there's it's very obvious that
As
it's
long
happening.
as it's not just something that can get swept under some rug.
Even if it was, it would just bounce around randomly at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
At that point, it's on them.
Yeah.
Cool.
It cannot be stamped out without a full
Wiping out
massacre.
everyone who descends from Sylphie.
If anyone ever says Sylphie isn't a family woman, please know that I took the opportunity to get anything I wanted and protected my entire family lines.
What I like about it is Sylvie's, your family, especially with your mother, like having this like secret control, has always felt very dynastic. And like your sisters aren't trying to kill each other or whatnot, but it's had that like feel of like a dynastic family that is
Yeah.
like very. And I love this because it adds a new element of like, don't piss off mom or you don't get to pass on the gift. Like you better be a good kid. Okay, folks, it's 8 o'clock on the dot. We are going to take a 10-15 minute break. We're going to run a quick 1 minute ad, and we will be back after that. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Also, Huso said a while ago, Alex responded, that I couldn't figure out why I keep yawning, but I think this NPC is making me reflectively yawn. Yeah, he basically talks and yawns, so that tracks.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Sweet.
Bye.